thank you for joining us in on a Sunday morning. And this is yet another episode of my career development series. To be specific, it's the 43rd episode. And today we are here to be talking about a very niche and a very unique career field, which very few people are into, at least that I know of and in my network. And Unnati is one of them. So we're going to be talking about how you can develop a career as an organic growth specialist. And let me give you a brief background about Unnati. She's been helping companies as well as individuals to create and scale their online presence with her organic growth hacks. And she's worked with numerous clients across different profiles. She understands their platforms and the company's, you know, image and what they're looking at, how to scale up their business, and beyond just the algorithms. And she helps people even with their Instagram profiles and growth hacking tips organically. So it's a pleasure having you on my show, Unnati, and thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much for inviting me. You've been really absolutely amazing, organized, and I think that's the first step to be on any digital platform. So thank you so much for having me and being so organized and everything.
Anytime. So, Unnati, to begin with, I actually want to know that how did you get exposed to this field of organic growth, specialization, and how did you even come across the term or understand that something like this exists, right, in the market? Because I believe very few of us are really aware of it. And at least even if it's just come into the market and it's trending, but I know it's always been there, but very few people are there in this industry. So how did you get exposed to it?
So I started as a content writer,
Okay.
and then I realized the power of digital marketing. I realized that if you don't have something which gives ROI to the client, they'll kick you off or they'll replace you. And that's when I decided that I need to get into a place where I'm not that easily replaceable. So I started as a content writer, and I thought I need to be irreplaceable so that another person who's offering services at 50 paise 1 rupee doesn't replace me. And I did not know how to do ads, so I gave it a name, that okay, I'm organic growth specialist. I'll be merging content plus marketing strategies. And that's where it was the organic growth specialist term was born.
Okay.
For me at least, I've never seen anybody using the exact these three words. But the idea is to avoid ads as much as possible and let people have that growth in their business without throwing money on such platforms. It is a part of the whole journey of a client, but it's not where my clients usually sit on and have, just generate money. Because as TikTok went off the air for India, there's so many platforms that can come and go. So it's important for people to build something sustainable, and organic growth was sustainable for all the brands and for me as a career opportunity.
Perfect. So also, before I move to the next question, Yathanshu, we will take up your questions towards the end, and everyone can feel free to drop in any questions that you have for Unnati. However, if you could rephrase your first question that I see, Yathanshu, it would be better because I think it's a little unclear. Now I'll move on to also asking you this thing, Unnati, that let's say as a freelancer, right? Obviously, a lot of people talk about the hurdles that one faces, and it's not constant. The curve is tipsy topsy, and there are a lot of things as a freelancer. However, how can one get kick started with their journey as a freelancer, especially freshers? Because we have a lot of people from MBA in their second year and third year. I read their introductions. So I'm sure these are folks who would be interested in probably, if not doing it full time, but starting it alongside their academic studies, etc. So how can they kickstart their journey in freelancing?
I would suggest checking out Facebook groups, because these groups have plethora of leads. Yes, the price point is really less, but they're good enough to get started, plus earn some money, plus add on to your portfolio. Once you have your portfolio ready, you can shift to LinkedIn and get more qualified leads. So the first step, any field, you want to be a graphic designer, content writer, marketer, digital marketer, ad specialist, anything and everything, there are Facebook groups dedicatedly there to help you find the next best opportunity. You can network over there. So that's the easiest way to get started, and then you shift onto LinkedIn and just generate leads for your business. Now the thing is, it's not that easy to get onto LinkedIn and start getting leads ekdam se. So you have to be very structured with your pipeline. Start with Facebook, get 4-5 clients, get itna money that your mind is not always like, oh, I need to earn. And then once you stabilize your mindset, get into LinkedIn, because that's a little long term game. And once you've mastered LinkedIn, probably move to YouTube or Instagram for that matter. But don't keep all your eggs in one basket. So
Right.
don't just keep Facebook as your lead generation method. Don't just keep LinkedIn as your lead generation method, because one day one of these platforms will change their algorithm and
Hmm.
your funnel would be into pieces. So that's very important. So start small, but also experiment with other platforms so that you don't have to your career is not algorithm based, but how you command it. So yeah.
Right. That also brings me to asking you that are there any degree courses or certifications of sorts for this? I mean, I'm aware there aren't as such specifically for the term, like you mentioned, maybe for becoming an organic growth specialist, etc. But is there anything that you can academically learn to become better at this job?
Absolutely. So, firstly, thank you for asking that question, because I am launching a course wherein people can learn how to think like an organic growth specialist. Now, who is an organic growth specialist? He or she is just a growth hacker
Hmm.
who tries and get things out of the world for free or for no money. So that's what we do. We call it very chindi way of doing marketing, wherein we collaborate, we talk to people, we conduct webinars, we do
Right.
XYZ things in order to make our clients rank on certain things, right? So supposedly, I'll give you an example. If a company comes to me and they just have budgets to hire me and they do not have budgets to hire an SEO team, I
Hmm.
would suggest that they start writing answers on Quora, because
Hmm.
a lot of questions rank on Quora, and Quora has its own SEO ranking. So they
Right.
don't have to hire an entire team, get the articles done, get the graphics done, hire a specialist who can get them ranked.
Hmm.
Instead, they can start answering questions on Quora. So that's a chindi way to get started. That's not the correct way or the best way, but then that saves money, that saves
Funny.
time, and that gives you that organic push that your brand needs. This is exactly what organic growth hacking is. So I'm launching a course on the mindset, but other from where I have learned, because nobody comes with all this knowledge from birth. So since birth, so I went into a lot of YouTube channels, checked out all the videos. So kabhi bhi when you're watching a video, don't just watch it for that one video.
Right.
Check out at least 50 to 100 videos of that person so that you understand their mindset. If you
Right.
want to be like Neil Patel, you'll never be like Neil Patel if you're just reading his blog on how to grow on Instagram, how to grow on LinkedIn. Read every article so that you know what goes inside behind, or goes behind that mind who is curating all these content pieces. So I think the best way to learn is YouTube. Second is my course, but YouTube is best because you can actually understand the mindset of that person, right?
Right.
So that's the thing.
Got it. So,
That's the best place. And second is Udemy. Beach mein you should
yeah.
always keep upskilling yourself. You cannot stop. तो वही है.
True. I believe, irrespective of the field you are in today, the world is changing so rapidly that you have to keep upskilling yourself and adding on to your skill set so that you are at pace.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So, I'll probably just one last question from my end before we go on to taking up questions from the audience. Um, what do you think is probably the future of the gig economy when it comes to not just probably becoming a specialist or offering your services, having your own courses, etc., the entire gig economy, right, where people are paying for what you bring to the table, whether even though it's digitally and it's not in person, not just because of the pandemic. I think it's been pushed a lot, right? Everyone's operating online remotely, and you're earning a good amount out of it. So what do you think is the future? Are there other aspects with which you can collaborate and provide a wider array of services, or how do you think is it going to be in the future?
Very amazing question. Firstly, now the answer to is gig economy is thriving. We all know. We can check out the stats for Upwork, or you can talk to any freelancer. Post pandemic, the situation has changed, and all the freelancers, at least who are good with their work, have ample of work. Right now, why gig economy will thrive from a freelancer's point of view? They get, so these people can also switch to job. I usually get job offers from best of best clients that I have. But why I prefer freelancing or consultation is because that gives me the freedom to be experimental with my mindset, with my with my profession in general. And why it is good for the people or the owners or startup owners, people who are high on the hiring side, because they get services at much lesser prices. Second, if even if that price is not a lot of difference, the CTC changes. They don't have to pay taxes on my behalf. They don't have to pay for the seat that I'll be sitting on if I'm in their office, or the snacks that I'll be eating. So there's a lot of CTC that gets reduced. And the third thing, so for them, why it is beneficial is because I get a lot of professional experience. I've already worked with plethora of people or companies in their industry. So that sort of experience also matters. Your employee might not have that experience because he is just switching from one job to another, but as a freelancer, I'm taking 4 to 5 clients every month and tackling their industry. So as a freelancer, I get freedom and money. As owners who are hiring us, they save cost, plus they get a lot of experience from people like us who get their experience on the table. So gig economy is thriving, but that's one part of the answer. You're also, now you have to be aware of the threads. AI is replacing content writers is what they're saying. Pepper Content has launched an AI tool, right? So you need to understand the technology. You have to be very aware of the technology so that you don't end up getting replaced. A typewriter person who was writing on a typewriter was replaced by people who were able to understand QWERTY and learn typing on laptops or computers and stuff like that. So in order to not become obsolete in the market, every 6 months try and upskilling yourself. Don't just be like, oh, I'm entering in the gig economy, so it has to thrive. No, you will be easily replaced by another freelancer or the technology that is coming into the picture. So basically for that, you have to upskill, you have to make technology your best friend, you have to start using tools and stuff like that, you have to get into automations and all. So gig economy, yes, it's thriving given that you are upskilling.
True. I agree. Great. So I think that was an amazing answer. Thank you so much, Unnati. What we'll do now is we'll start moving on to the questions that the audience has for you. I'll just remind everyone else, feel free to drop in any questions that you have pertaining to freelancing, pertaining to building a career as an organic growth specialist, or anything else that you have in mind relevant to what we're talking about today. So the first question that we have is from Yathanshu. He's asking you that what's the meaning of mixing honey with chili to grow brands organically, which is there on LinkedIn. Can you name some groups? So that's quite an interesting question. I'm not really aware of this, but yeah.
All right. Basically, that's my tagline on LinkedIn, mixing honey with chili, which just means that mixing the best of two worlds. Chili is chili, honey is meetha, sweet. So I'm mixing the best of two worlds, where in organic growth, paid ads, blah, blah, growth hacking, all the sham terms, I just get them together and get out with an astounding growth strategy for a brand, right? So if I'm doing marketing for a brand which is into masalas and all, supposedly I'm trying to market MDH, I would go and it's the Valentine weeks going on, so I would suggest that they mix two masalas and show their chemistry or love situation over there. How marination se pehle two masalas actually marry each other and stuff like that. So I think that's the meaning that I had in mind while I was writing my tagline, that mixing honey with chili, I was mixing two best of all the worlds in marketing.
Okay, perfect, great. So I hope that answers your question, Yathanshu. Can you name some groups? Can you be a little more clear on what kind of groups? I don't know, maybe networking groups, whatever.
I think the Facebook groups that I had talked about is what he's trying to point out.
Maybe, yeah.
So when you go to Facebook, just go to the search bar, and if you're a content writer, write content writer, click on the groups ka tab. So there are 3 tabs: people, I think
Yeah.
places, and then you can just go to groups.
Group.
Click there, see the groups which have the maximum number of engagement. And you'll find a lot of people trying to find content writers. Essay, there are groups for graphic designers. So there's no particular group that I would recommend, but I would say they're like plethora. So just go on the search tab and do your own R&D. But make sure that there are a lot of fake clients over there, so
Yeah,
you
I was
don't
just
end up
about
getting
to.
into that trap wherein you are not paid. So to make sure that this doesn't happen with me, I take 50% in advance. I used to take 50% in advance. Now I charge 100% in advance. But I used to take 50% in advance so that mehnat ka paisa mil jaye. And the second thing is I used to go with companies who had their brand ka email ID. So my email ID is info@unnatibaggar.com. If I've invested in a domain, I'm pretty sure that I'm invested in a business. Thoda sa.
Yeah.
So don't go for clients with Gmail IDs and all. Go with clients who have their brand ka email ID. That just shows that they are invested into their business. They're just ways to, keep aside the fraud clients and move forward with good ones.
True. I think scamsters and fraud clients will exist and fake clients exist everywhere. You just have to be a little more conscious and a little more strategic enough to understand if is the right one to go forward with.
Exactly.
So I'll move to the next
Huh.
question from Shubham.
There's no rule book for it.
There's no rule book, right? Shubham's asking you, Unnati, how is organic growth, marketing or hacking different from network marketing?
Network marketing is dependent on people. I'm dependent on platforms and my own brain. I don't go to XYZ people, tell them, mera post like kar do, mera post share kar do. It's purely education and content based. Organic growth, your content is so amazing that people come back, click on your content. So network marketing is based on people. Organic marketing is based on content that you write. So and these people aren't even influencers. So I'm just joining people like myself and trying to get business out of them or earn commission. So network marketing is MLM. But when you come to organic marketing, and I'm not demeaning that way, but for me, I am so if I have to be a single man army or single woman army and I don't want to coordinate with a lot of people to get sales for my clients, I would rather go for something which is highly digital. And also network marketing is not possible for a lot of niches and domains. So with organic marketing, I get the power to experiment anything and everything digitally. I
Right.
post content on Reddit from my clients' accounts, Quora, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. There's so many places. So organic growth happens when my content is that astounding. And of course, given that I take shout outs from some brands, I do collaborations, I get my clients interviews, get some PR done for them. So they're like plethora of
Ways of
things that
doing
happen behind the scenes, but the base is content and not people.
Yeah, right. Okay. The next question that we have is what is gig economy? If you could probably break it down for them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So बहुत simple words में gig economy is छोटी छोटी कोई भी काम आपको दे सकता है. जैसे you hire your maid for a month is not gig economy, but you hire somebody to clean your dishes for a day, that's a gig. छोटा सा हो गया. जितना छोटा ये word है उतना ही छोटा आपका काम होगा. छोटा सा हो गया. So if you want to get your copy done for a website, एक line लिखवानी है, hire a freelancer, and that's a gig that you give them. So gig is a very small part of a task that you're stuck on. You outsource it to somebody who is an expert to do it for you, and that's how a gig is created, right? So that's gig. And when a lot of people are investing into people who are giving their gigs on platforms like LinkedIn, Upwork, freelancer.com, and when a lot of people are buying and selling these services, this whole thing becomes an economy, and that's why it's called gig economy, because there's demand for this service and there's supply, and when demand and supply exist, the economy is created.
Right. Great. I think that was very well explained. I hope that answers your question, Yathanshu. I'll move with the next question from Manjari. She's asking you for a very new business that's a small company, which would work well, SEO or SEM, if paid marketing. So what should be and what will be of a small budget? Okay. What should you adopt if probably there's a small budget?
Okay.
Is what she means, maybe. Yeah.
Right. So to be honest, there's no single way. You'll have to get into the domain and understand. So if I'm pitching, so I'll give you two examples. If I'm pitching an education wala client, I know education is thriving right now, or healthcare sector is thriving right now. So what I would rather suggest for them is to generate content, go the organic way, and once they have enough traction, they go the ads ka route. But for a company which is into a very niche thing, probably making wheelchairs or some sort of fake leg for your dogs, if your dog has lost a leg and they're making that, then there's no way out there I can expect people to visit my page, because how many people are having dogs and how many dogs have broken legs. So that way I would go for ads first and then go for organic when once I have enough people coming and giving me their testimonials because they've come via ads, and then go the organic route. So there's no particular way to go about a strategy. And having said that, ads are like rented apartments. If you want to own your own apartment, you need to invest in organic growth. And if you want a rented apartment, as much as money you put in ads, utna ROI you can have. Now, how do you define a small budget? A small budget for a well-funded company who is just starting off is a lot. But for you, if it's like 500,000 rupees, then it's not going to take you anywhere, because to experiment on social media, you need to have at least 5 to 10,000 in order to understand what's working for you and what's not working for you. So the whole game of marketing works on A/B testing. You should have at least itna money that you can A/B test कि हाँ मैंने A किया, B किया, C किया, and A worked the best for me.
Right.
So that's very important. Now, paid marketing mein budget cannot be defined. If you're saying chotu budget, then try and experiment and find the secret sauce that works for you. But if you're that small of a company, I would still recommend try having brand ambassadors. So agar kuch aisa hai jo college students promote kar sakte hain, so then get them to promote. It will cost you less than ads to get your brand highlighted. So you have to sit down, understand what's your strategy. Is it long term money or short term? And once you understand that, आप उसके बाद अपनी पूरी strategy को craft कर सकते हो. You have to understand, if you're short sighted at the moment, पैसा ही पैसा चाहिए, so ads में डाल दो. But if you have time for like 3 to 6 months, go via the organic marketing route.
Right. Okay. The next question, in continuation of what you mentioned, is that is A/B testing the same as pilot run, or are they different?
Pilot run happens at the start of a project in order to understand. बेसिकली इट्स फॉर आइडिया वैलिडेशन कि ये चलेगा भी प्लेटफॉर्म. अगर मुझे ये प्रूव करना है कि किसी क्लाइंट के लिए फेसबुक चल रहा है और किसी के लिए इंस्टाग्राम चल रहा है, तो मैं पायलट रन करके दिखाऊंगी उनको. बट A/B टेस्टिंग, इट्स इन माई ब्लड. और किसी भी मार्केटर जो अच्छा है उसके ब्लड में A/B टेस्टिंग होगी. सो A/B टेस्टिंग इज अ कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस. You can't stop it. And pilot is just the starting of it. So basically I'll tell you in terms of a dietitian. अगर आप एक dietitian के पास जाते हो, वो आपका पूरा ब्लड वर्क करवाती है. वो बताती है आपको कि आपको डायबिटीज हो सकती है, ये हो सकती है, इसके लिए आपको ये टेस्ट करवाने हैं. दैट्स द पायलट. बट वो कंटिन्यूअसली आपकी डाइट को एडिट करती रहती है. दैट इज A/B टेस्टिंग. एंड देन A/B टेस्ट करते करते यू फाइंड द परफेक्ट सॉस फॉर योरसेल्फ. बट उसके बाद भी शी कांट स्टॉप, क्योंकि आपकी बॉडी कंटिन्यूअसली चेंज कर रही है, राइट? सो अब सपोजिटली आपने A/B टेस्ट किया होगा 1 साल पहले एंड टिकटॉक वाज द बेस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर यू, बट अब तो टिकटॉक चला गया. So now you have to A/B test with other platforms. So that's the difference between a pilot and A/B testing. One is static and one is continuous.
Right. Okay. I'll take up this one last question for this meeting. It's how to pivot the business of content organically.
I did not get the question. I'm sorry.
Yathanshu, if you could maybe elaborate a bit more on what you're exactly asking. Probably the words are a little here and there. Yeah. How to pivot the business of content.
Or you can all open your video and just talk one-on-one. That's perfectly fine. Please don't be shy.
I've always, I mean, it's
if you're like 12 people on the call, please. Yeah.
Please feel free.
Yeah. So we have like 5-10 minutes more.
Yeah.
Yep. Just in case you want to unmute yourself and talk one-on-one, that's also perfectly fine.
Yathanshu, maybe you could unmute.
But I did not get this question. Just
okay. Increase the business from networking with other content writers.
What do you exactly do, Yathanshu? So it'll be better for me to understand the context of your question.
Uh, I think he's just Yathanshu. If you could just
मतलब आप
unmute
करते क्या
yourself,
हो?
it would be better. If you can.
और डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई भी लैंग्वेज सिवाय जो मेरे को ना समझ आते हो आप उसमें बात कर लो, बट बी अ लिटिल
It's I think Yathanshu, what you're trying to probably put in the chat box also is not very clear. Either if you can explicitly mention it or just unmute yourself. I don't think it should be a problem. That would be better.
Baki, to be honest, all the people who are in this call understand. It's not difficult to hit first 1 lakh, 1,50,000 with marketing, organic growth marketing. If you are doing it in the right way, if you're continuously upskilling yourself, you're reading a lot, you know what's the, so the next channel that is going to be bigger, or at least what people are saying is Clubhouse. तो
Clever.
कल रात को 2 घंटे बैठ के आई टुक आउट टाइम एंड फिगर्ड आउट कि क्या हो रहा है क्लब हाउस में, कैसे हो रहा है, किसको सुनूं, किसको फॉलो करूं, कौन से ग्रुप्स को ज्वाइन करूं. सो एज अ मार्केटर अगर आप अपस्किल कर रहे हो देन मनी इज इंट अ प्रॉब्लम, एटलीस्ट 1-1.5 लाख तक. एंड उसके बाद फिर आपको समझ आ जाता है कि आपसे अकेले बिजनेस नहीं हो रहा है, एंड देन यू हायर अ टीम. सो दैट्स द सेकंड स्टेज. बट इफ एनीबडी इज कंसर्न कि हाउ मच मनी इज इन्वॉल्व, even if you're a content writer and you're charging like 10 rupees, 100 rupees per word because you're writing so amazing content, tabhi reaching 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh is not difficult. And even that's valid for digital marketing, network marketing, whatever you say. If but as a marketer you just have to keep learning a lot and follow all those people on different platforms. They're actually giving value. So Dhairya gives a lot of value on LinkedIn. All these free sessions that she's doing, trust me, she's not getting anything out of it. But she's doing it because she knows so much, right? And her network increases this way. So isliye you have to follow people like her so that you get a perspective of what's happening in the industry. People who've been there, done that, unko follow karo, you'll get a lot of secrets out.
Thank you for that. I
Clubhouse
Yeah,
is
maybe you can continue with
sure.
let me know what Clubhouse is. That was the last question. Yeah.
The last question. Yes, absolutely. And guys, the world doesn't end over here. You can connect with me over LinkedIn, Instagram, or my
Everywhere.
ID or my website, unnatibaga.com, info@unnatibaga.com. Just in case कुछ और बाद में दिमाग में आता है after you consume a lot of content. So yeah, we'll not keep bugging the area for that. So we'll try and figure it out कि क्या
Yeah,
चल
please
रहा है.
feel free to reach
Okay.
out to her on
And the
LinkedIn, Instagram, and all the channels she's mentioned.
Yep. I have just recently started Instagram 3 days back. But yeah, Instagram and LinkedIn are two platforms where I'm active right now. All right. So, what is Clubhouse? Will be the last question that I'm taking for the session. Now, Clubhouse is something which is just available, a platform which is just available for iOS users or Apple users, wherein you can, it's an audio platform. So basically आप जैसे WhatsApp पे अपने friend से बात करते हो, यहाँ पे अपने network से audio के through बात कर पा रहे हो. So everybody around the world who has an iPhone can join, or any Apple device, and they talk to each other about a particular industry. So I joined last night for a content meetup, and there was so it gives you a wider perspective कि okay, US में content के बारे में या LinkedIn के बारे में ये सोचते हैं, India में ऐसे सोचते हैं. It's just to give you that wider perspective. It's like the next YouTube, or it's like the next podcast, but it's very real time. So it's an audio based platform but very real time.
Yeah, I think the sessions happen live, right? You get into like a meeting room. I'm not an iOS
Yes.
user, but a lot of people were sending me invites. I can't join it, but I just, if I'm not wrong, you join these meeting rooms, and as you said, based on the industry or niche, you want to probably talk about and discuss on. You get into these meeting rooms, have some productive conversations, network with people, and probably via those conversations, you can also collaborate in some way or the other, find your next client as well, maybe. I don't know.
Exactly, that's the point. A lot of people were just giving a good answer and then end me attaching like I'm this, I'm doing that, and yes,
Right.
and then I actually followed them so that I can understand their thought process and probably hire them or get hired. So stuff like that. So but you are not restricted to any platform. You can do the same on LinkedIn, you can do same on Instagram. It's just that थोड़ा you will have to set aside 2-3 घंटे रोज के to understand how the industry is working. Like a lot of interns who are interning with me right now are so much into learning. Like I don't have to do anything because at the back end they're doing everything. So I think their zeal to learn so much has helped me.
True. I agree.
And helped them to upskill. So if you are not getting a starting point, probably connect with somebody who can give you an internship so that you just get into the.
Okay, so I think that's been a wonderful session. Thank you so much, Unnati, for sharing some of your insights on this amazing, wonderful field and the gig economy, and how freshers can actually get started with it, and all the amazing tips that you shared. I am sure that it's helped a lot of them. Okay, Shaurya has one question.
Uh,
Sure.
Hi, am I audible?
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi,
you
Unnati, am
are.
I audible? Yeah,
Yes.
so actually, I'm good in web development, or I'm good in video editing or content writing. So where do I find clients? Like even I go through the Upwork, which is the freelancing platform. But when I pitch to the client, but there are not lots of content of me to prove कि हाँ मैंने ये काम किया है. So how they believe me or give their work to their work to मतलब वो देंगे मेरे को कि हाँ कि तुम्हें काम करना है इस पे. तो how to get the clients basically. Yeah.
Upwork पे to find a client is really difficult if you're just starting out, क्योंकि उनको इतना ज़्यादा portfolio चाहिए होता है, ये चाहिए होता है, वो चाहिए होता है.
Yeah.
What I would suggest is, I wanted to start with LinkedIn marketing. I had done it for 2-3 friends and 2-3 people that I know. So I thought, how would I prove these results? So what I started doing was to work on my own profile. And once I worked on my own profile and I showed people that I've scaled it to like 23,000 followers, but more than that, I'm getting like business of 1.5, 2 lakhs just out of LinkedIn, then they started trusting me. So agar if you're good at content writing and video editing, start editing videos for yourself and make your portfolio. You don't have to wait for a company to hire you so that you can build your portfolio. Start doing stuff for yourself. Content acha likhte ho, start writing on Quora, Medium, Reddit. People will identify you from these platforms. Okay, you can start doing guest posting, guest blogging. You can search the page Write for Us on a lot of platforms and they'll let you write for them. You'll have to do it for free, but you'll get a backlink. So is tarike se you can make your portfolio. Now how to get your clients? Go via the route of Facebook first and Facebook groups, क्योंकि Upwork बहुत ज़्यादा saturate हो चुका है as a marketplace. And there's a lot of competition. So why lose your sleep over a platform जहाँ पे इतने freelancers हैं, इतना portfolio, इतनी rating, इतना ज़्यादा business कर चुके हैं, and start afresh. Use Facebook groups or LinkedIn for that matter.
Yeah, and if you're just getting started,
if you have time in hand to LinkedIn, like a Facebook, so you can start earning.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Unnati. Thank you.
Okay.
All right then. Thank you
Thank
so much, Dhairya, for having me.
Yeah.
You are doing an amazing job. Kudos to you for getting up in the morning and doing this for so many people. God bless you and have good Sunday, everybody.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and thank you for coming in. And I wish you all the best, Unnati, for your upcoming course. Please feel free to get in touch with Unnati for any kind of help or any questions which we weren't able to take up. But yes, we do have certain time restrictions as well. Thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us, and have a great week ahead. And thank you, Unnati, again.